Welcome to the Dull Edge, where we talk about what we want to talk about. I'm Bobbi.
I'm Shay.
And today we're talking about board games.
Yeah, yay!
Yeah.
I love board games.
I don't. I like them in theory, and I will try my, well, I won't even say that.
Why
I'll
don't
try
you
my
like
best.
board games?
I just get overwhelmed on them, and I think a lot of people do. That's like a lot of internet joke where you always see like those ones where people explaining a board
Yes.
game, and in your head there's like that cat with the maracas being like, I literally, people do stuff, and I'm like, I can't do this. So most of the time, on the first thing, I will do what I can to get through the game.
Sure.
Without like ruining it, but
You just don't like it?
I don't enjoy the second time, maybe the third time playing it will be fine and will go better. But the first time playing any game, I'm like, I hate this. I literally just don't want to do it.
I've played so many games now, though. I can tell if I'm gonna like the game after playing it.
You know,
once.
like the styles.
Yeah, I know the styles and stuff, but. No, I love board games. I have always loved board games.
Oh, always?
Yeah, always. I loved them as a little kid, too.
Yeah?
But, like, none of my siblings would play them with me because I was still on, like, the little kid level.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so, like, it was awful. I could never find people to play board games with me. And then, Ben was the same way. He loves board games. That's one of the 3 things we fell in love over.
Oh,
was
my
board
gosh.
games, yeah. Absolutely adore them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know my mom, when we were young, would always get us board games, and I remember just thinking, like, why? I just didn't like appeal to me, and like they were just like basic, you know, like Trouble and Mousetrap.
Those
and all
aren't
that
board
stuff.
games. Those are activities.
Okay, well, I didn't like them activities.
Okay. See, I have a whole theory on this. A lot of the reason why people don't like board games is because they're playing the wrong board games. They're like, You're like board games, and they're like, oh, Risk, Monopoly. I'm like, no, that's torture.
Monopoly?
It's torture. Torture. That game was actually designed by an economist that wanted people to understand how awful capitalism is.
Oh my gosh.
That was her whole reason for designing it.
Okay.
I'm like,
well,
well,
she did a good job.
Win.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
So
no.
Yeah. Anyway, she was bitter towards the world, but like, so everybody's been playing that game forever, or like Parcheesi, which is super boring, and then like Sorry is just a younger Parcheesi, and so is like Chutes and Ladders and all that kind of stuff. Those aren't board games. Board games require meaningful choices.
Yeah.
Meaningful choices.
And maybe that's why I don't like them, because I just do stuff on the whims most of the time in games.
That's fine too. Maybe you like chance games. But
yeah.
I don't know. Like, if you want to sit down and be angry with your family for a few hours, then sure, go ahead and play Monopoly. That's fine. But like, if you actually want to have a good experience, let's teach you other mechanics like drafting or, you know, like. Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna go. I could talk about this for too long. So
Yeah.
no. Okay.
Watch out.
So that's why you don't like board games, and that's why I do like board games.
Yeah, we had to make a list.
We did
just
have
to
to
be
make a
official.
list,
So if you hear us like pausing,
we're like,
because there was so much stuff.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, let's just make a list so we can stay on track and not get sidetracked and whatever.
Are there any games you do like?
There's a few that are like, Quentin has a game that's like a car racing game.
Oh, Downforce?
Yeah, Downforce.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. And that's not just because it's racing or whatever. I like that.
You like F1? You're like, no, it's actually a good game.
I like that. No, there's a few. I like that one game with the circle tiles, and you have to guess which door it is.
Which door it is? Oh,
right.
Oh no.
It has like 2 circles, and then they'll like point at something or whatever. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's the library one where you're trying to escape the library.
Yeah. Whatever that is.
It's not called Obscurio. It's called, but it's something like that. Yeah, I like that one too. Because like it involves social deduction, right? So like there's actually a base level board game that's going on underneath, but then you can still like have the interaction with the other players. Yeah. So I like that one too. That one's fun. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. I can't think of the name of that one. Yeah, I like that one.
If there's too much thinking, then I'm kind of like, I'm not into the strats. Oh no, people. I'm not into the strats.
6-hour board games are terrible.
No. I mean, even that game that we played just barely the other night. And granted, it was after 10 p.m. I can't do things after 10 p.m.
We shouldn't have introduced you to anything new.
I already knew going over. I was like, this is gonna be a risk. And then I got there and I was like,
It was,
and it is.
We'll have to play during the afternoon.
Yeah, that one game where you're like, let's talk about economy or whatever, and I was like, holy frick, let's just do what I can to get through, people. Yeah. I was like, I can't do this. You're saying things to me, and I don't retain it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
It was an auction kind of game.
Yeah.
Or a bidding. It's a bidding war type of game. Yeah. Again, with interaction. See, that's good. But I also like solo play games too. Not like playing by yourself, but where everybody is playing the same game, but it's kind of, you're not really interacting with each other a ton.
Okay.
So like you just have your board, and when on your turn you do your thing, and then someone else's turn. So I like interaction games, but I also like kind of like the multiplayer solo play games too.
Okay.
So I don't know. I like all kinds of games. I think my favorites right now though are gonna be like Azul, and you haven't played that one, but
it's like
it's like a tile plays game. But I do like some of the old school games too. If you've heard of anything like Carcassonne or Race for the Galaxy is a really good one. But
unless you said Trouble or Sorry,
Chutes
and Ladders or Candyland, I would have been like,
for so long. Like we've been at it for so long now.
That's why I'm like, you could say anything you wanted.
We own about 100 games. When we had our other house and we had more room, we kept the collection around 300 board games.
Oh my gosh!
But now that we're in a smaller space, we have to do it at 100. So we go to like board game sales and sell off stuff, and we'll buy new games, but then we'll sell off the crappy ones and stuff. So yeah. I love games.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Gosh.
What else do we want to talk about?
Do you have any like worst experiences?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, not everyone should play board games. Kind of just like how not everyone is a singer, not everyone is a board gamer. It just, you have to have certain mental skills to be able to play board games. So we used to play with a couple when we first got married, and bless her soul, she was one of these people that just can't make decisions. That's why she got married, is so someone could make all of her decisions for her. She just was just not capable.
Yeah.
And so we actually went down a whole rabbit hole, Ben and I together, because these game nights that we were having were excruciating.
Were they having a good time? Were they having a good time?
Yeah, they were having a great time.
And you guys were just like, good time.
It was horrible.
Okay.
It was horrible. So like her husband would just like play her turn for her basically. What do I do? Oh, well, you can do this or this or this or this. And this, well, I don't know what's the right thing to do. Well, there isn't really a right thing to do. Just what do you want to do?
Just pick one.
So like their turns would take like 20 minutes. Ben's and my turn would take 2 minutes, and then we'd be back to them. So it was just like this.
Yeah, but you're like a rush gamer.
Well, I am, but like at the same time, if you're playing like a really simple game,
there's no reason
like 2 minutes is enough to make your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's a meme in our house now because we went down this rabbit hole. We're like, okay, what makes a game versus an activity? Because like literally the board doesn't need you to play the game if you're playing a game like Candyland. Right. You as the human are not necessary.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But the very first thing that makes a game, giving you a meaningful choice, is called an A-B choice game. Mm-hmm. So would you like to go to the left or would you like to go to the right to get to your goal? Okay. Yeah. So we researched and found a whole bunch of games like that where it's just like A or B. There's no consequence. Just pick one. And she was incapable of even that. She was incapable. And so she would go, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And it was in that pitch and tonation and that speed and everything. And so now anytime someone in our family is having a hard time making a choice, we go, I don't know. I don't know.
Where is this lady now?
I don't know. I don't know, because we were like, we can't handle that anymore. So we just kind of were like, fine. We're not going to
Did they live near you?
Not anymore.
Well, but like, was it enough to be like,
no,
and then you just never invited them back, and they just didn't, like, you never saw them again, or like they lived next door and you were like,
they had like an awkward thing happen to them, and we were kind of like, we're just gonna let that awkward thing be the don't call us again moment. So anyway,
okay,
but yeah, so like it's such a thing in our household that even our kids make that noise, and they've never met these people, and so
they don't know where it came from. They're just like, we're in it now.
Yeah. And I hope it goes on for generations. I don't know. I don't know. We use it to describe people like that are pathetic and can't do something useful. They're an I don't know person. Like, I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh, she's the worst.
Poor woman.
Man. Like a game that should take 20 minutes, I think took us 2 hours. We were dying. So I was so glad when that friendship broke up. Like, that's fine. That's fine.
That's enough of that. Thank you.
There. I have had some people get really angry around the table before, but nothing that like you can't, recover from.
Right.
So like it's fine. We've never had anybody throw anything or like bite pieces in half or something, but like my brother had that. He was playing a game with somebody and like somebody like bit his piece in half. It was really funny. Anyway, so yes, I have had bad gaming experiences.
Okay.
Do you have any bad gaming experiences?
Not that I didn't bring upon myself.
Okay. Have you had any here? So I gave you a bad one, but I'm a pro gamer. So like have you had any good ones? Good experiences? No. The look on your face. Like, no.
I don't think I've had one where I was like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. There's been times where like you get through a game and you start going, you're like, okay, this isn't as bad. And then you like play the game and you're like, all right, that's good.
You're done?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
man.
the games that I mentioned, like, I'm sure those started off with like, and then it goes and you're like, okay. All right, that's pretty good. It's fine.
Oh, man. Yeah, I see too.
Oh, it's that squirrel in the tree.
Yeah,
sorry, there was
moment,
this whole tree
right
started moving, and I was concerned. Shay apparently was not.
No, I could see it.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah.
It's a squirrel.
It's a squirrel.
Anyways.
I love that. No, I just love board games. I love sitting around a table and having that interaction with people that I enjoy, and just like having the challenge of doing something.
Yeah.
And I don't even care who wins. Like, it's cool. Like, whoever wins, it's like, hey, good job. You know? I mean, some days you get kind of hurt about it. You're like, I played a great game. Like, last night.
I was winning.
I know. Last night, I thought I was, like, killing at this game. I was like, whoa, I got so many points. And then someone blew me away by, like, 150 points. I was like, no way.
Okay, well.
So, it was well done, but I was like, dang.
I like the concept of it. It's like the concept of, like, reading books. Where I would love to, when people are like, oh, I just want to go home and read a book, nestled up in, like, you know, the corner with a blanket and hot chocolate and like read a book. I'm like, I love the concept of that.
Concept, but you don't actually want to do it.
I don't do that. I don't do that at all. It's like, I love the concept of playing board games and having a good time with people, and then I get there and I'm like,
maybe not.
I hate this.
A few years ago, Ben and I were reading the statistics on this of like how many people actually play board games across like America, self-reported obviously, and you know, statistics can say whatever you want them to say, but at the time,
especially when the demographic, I feel like board gamers would be like, yeah, I play. Where other people would be like, I'd pass and I'd be like, I don't play, whatever, don't answer the thing.
It kind of broke my heart though, because you're like talking about books, and I've heard statistics on that too, or like most adults after high school don't read books. Oh yeah, no, there's people. Weird? Most of the time when I want to talk to someone, I'll be like, do you read? And half the time I feel like it's me asking if they're literate or not, because I'm not asking that. I'm just asking. Most of the time they're like, no. That's so sad to me. Okay. I love reading. Anyway, board games. So like we were sorry, I'm like
off topic.
It's the bird and the squirrel. Anyway, okay. Yeah. So like the statistic that we read a few years ago is that most families across America only play on average like 7 board games a year or less.
Oh, I bet
I'm like,
that.
That's a week. That's like sometimes a daily experience for Ben and I. Yeah. Like we're playing 7 games like on Sunday after church or whatever. We'll sit down and we'll pound out 7, 8, 9, 10 games in a weekend or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then like every year, starting after Thanksgiving and going through New Year's, we play our entire collection.
Oh, free.
So that we can like decide, oh, is this good enough to keep for another year or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we play through all of our games. So like in that 6-week period, we play over 100 games every year.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess we're the darn average raisers on that one. Which we're just
freaking
like we're ruining the statistics on that.
You're raising it when you're like, I play 1,000, and the other people are like, I play 5. So you're like, the average is 600. Nice.
No. Anyway, I don't know where to end now. Do you guys have favorite board games?
Do you play board games? That's what really should come down to, because if that's a statistic. Do you even play? Do you even lift?
Do you even lift, bro?
Do you play board games? And if you do,
what do you play?
What do you play? What style? If you know what we're saying, what style do you play?
What's your favorite mechanic?
Yeah, what's your mechanic? Because we were gonna do that, and then Shay started spouting off all the mechanics, and I was like, never mind, back up. I thought there was gonna be like 5. My bad.
There's so many different things you can do with board games. I hate dice, though.
Oh, yeah.
I hate dice. We should have done that as one of our debates for today.
I thought it was.
Was it?
I don't know.
Talk about dice. I hate dice.
Do you?
I do.
So you don't like D&D? Because I like
the story aspect of D&D, but I don't like how you can be completely nerfed. Like, if you're like, I have spent 7 years building this character, and they are the level golden, right? They're the best. And then you roll 1, you're like, that would never happen.
But that's how life is. You trip sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you cut your hand washing dish, and you're like, mother freaking, now I messed up.
Yeah, but
sometimes you say the wrong thing to a friend. Sometimes you try to be like, I'm smooth, and they're like, you ain't, I see you.
The one time I thought the dice were really funny, though, was actually your brother was DMing for us, and it was one of those one-shot things. And
was it one I was playing?
No, I think it was... Oh. I don't remember, but I ended up rolling through 3 different characters, because he'll just give you a new one if you die.
Oh, yeah.
So I killed my character off because of a bad roll. I killed the NPC off because of a bad roll, and then I killed off the prop NPC because it was like a skull that was just riding around in someone's backpack. And I died because I rolled like a 1. I'm like, this is dumb. I died 3 times.
I don't want to play this,
it was
actually.
Super funny. No, we were all laughing.
Oh,
it was hilarious.
That's how I felt when we played, and everyone was like, I'll save you. Falls into spike pit. I'll save you. Falls into spike pit. I'm like, stop going down there. Oh, well, but I gotta save my dad or my mom or whatever. Your whole family fell in that freaking pit. And I was like...
That was really funny.
Bro,
no.
Stop.
I don't like the dice, though, like, like a game, because I feel like you're no longer required to play the game anymore, because now the dice are playing the game. So, I don't like that.
I guess.
Anyway,
I don't know.
There you go. There's board games. I love them. Tell me your favorite board games, because I want to try new ones.
See if you can if you can name a board game that you've actually played. Don't look them up. That you've played that Shay hasn't played. How about that?
Yeah.
Leave it at that.
Leave us with a comment.
Because she's apparently played at least 300 games. So
I've played probably more than that.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Anyways,
thanks
okay,
for listening. Bye.
Bye.